of all, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to come to my home. My parents are going to be home in 5 minutes.
Clear out.
You know, when we started looking at this technology a few years ago, it was in early 2007, and I flew down to meet the founders in Houston, and they had this this laboratory inside the Beltway, nothing special. It had a big garage door on it, and had a big container in the back of the lab, where for 6 to 7 years they had been giving this product away to whomever wanted it in Houston. And the crazy thing about this story is when I met with the founders and really understood what the technology, the RK Active could do, we thought, man, if we can prove this, if we can prove that what he's saying is accurate, we have a product that nobody else can compete with. There's nothing else like it in the marketplace. And so if you look at companies and why companies are successful, it boils down to just really a handful of things. Number one, companies usually fail or successful, typically fail because they're undercapitalized. Number two, they don't have proper management. They don't have management that's been there, done that. And if you haven't been there and done it before, it's not as easy to do it as if you've done it before and you're just going to do it again. And lastly is the product. A lot of companies believe their projections and they believe that their product is really different. But at the end of the day, it's not. And so what we have here is a unique opportunity with the product that we have in vitro proved, increases oxygen utilization, promotes a healthy inflammatory response, and increases hydration at the cellular level. Those are three very, very important components to healthy living. Now, if you combine that with the consumable beverage industry in the network marketing space, and you look at who our competition is, because again, if you look at why companies are successful, companies that have less competition have a larger chance of success, of course. And so as we looked at all of the other companies in the consumable network marketing space, the beverage space, everything was a super juice or an energy drink, and it was just a bunch of Me Too brands out there. And so as we really began to look at this product and look at what our competition is, it became clear to us that we really don't have any competition. I've been successful in my life by starting companies. It's what I do. I don't invest in the stock market. I invest in companies, I invest in people, I invest in products, I invest in technologies. And I've done that by looking for disruptive technologies or industries that are emerging that have not matured yet. Because what you end up with is a first-to-market advantage when you're able to take a product, a company, a technology, and enter a space that may not be fully developed. And because of that, you have less competition. This product is very unique in terms of what it can do for us. It's been under development for 15 years by the scientists that developed it in Houston. And you know, as inventions go, sometimes you invent something to solve a problem, but you end up inventing something that solves a different problem. And this product was actually invented not for its use that we're using it today, but actually the founders were in the bioremediation space. And they created these bugs, if you will, these microbes that would actually consume oil. And they sold these products to the petrochemical industry, to Exxon and Mobil and Texaco. And when they had an oil spill, they'd introduce these microbes to it. The microbes would literally eat the oil. And they would output CO2 and water to make it absorbable back into the environment. The problem was the microbes didn't go fast enough. So they went back in their lab and engineered the RK Active solution to introduce it to the microbes, to increase the oxygen utilization in the microbes, because the more oxygen they would consume, the more energy they had, the more energy that they had, the quicker they ate the oil. And then when Gene Kaiser was diagnosed with bone cancer in 2000, he started doing research on cancer and disease in general, found that low oxygen environments were where these diseases would flourish. And because of his work in the bioremediation space, he believed he could engineer a formula that would be consumable by humans. So he went to the FDA-approved GROS ingredients list, it's generally regarded as safe, and re-engineered that formula for human consumption, actually started consuming it himself. And he could measure the increase in oxygen in his body through a pulse oximeter, which is a $50 item, you can buy them online. And what's interesting about it is understanding the benefits of increased oxygen are huge. I mean, it's readily available on the internet. I would challenge you to go out and do some research on increased oxygenation and what benefit that has on the body. I mean, we're not making this stuff up. It's not new science. It's been out there. You know, athletes, they go to hyperbolic chambers because they're 100% oxygen. Basically, your body heals quicker. If you think about athletes doping, I mean, the purpose of that was to increase the oxygen in their blood. I mean, they'll train at high elevations. So people that need high peak performance will do about anything they can to increase the amount of oxygen in their body. This product does it not because it has oxygen infused in it, but because it's got the Archaea active solution that's mixed with water. And Gene Kaiser's brilliance in doing that was that he felt like everybody already drinks water. I mean, everybody we know in this room drinks water every day. You die without it. And if you really think about what we have to live, you know, we can live about 30 days without food. We can live, depending upon the person. Some more than less. We can live 5 to 7 days without water. And how long can we live without oxygen? Oh, you know, 10 minutes. You start, you know, going brain dead. So if you start thinking about what's important is hydration and oxygenation. Very important components to healthy living. And I've learned so much about water, reverse osmosis versus spring water. And so understanding too that our source is out of Mount Ida. It's a natural spring. And you know, Hot Springs, Arkansas has been known for, you know, its water for 100 years. People would drive from all over the country to go to Hot Springs to sit in the water. And so we've got a premium water source. We're using it as the delivery mechanism for the Archaea Active. And the most important thing that I want everybody to understand is this is not water. Okay? The water is actually free. We could have taken the Archaea Active solution and put it into another container that you would have had to mix into another container and then consume it. But guess what? Now we're changing someone's habits. You got to mix something to do something to drink something. This is so. Change the label, improve the outcome, and make money doing it. It's simple. And simple is duplicatable and scalable. And in order for us to hit my $1 billion and 3-year target, we have to have a simple, scalable solution and product, which we have. And the uniqueness of this is, again, and Garrett mentioned it earlier, is the consumability of it. I mean, this one product, everybody in this room drinks. We're drinking right now. You give to your parents, you give to your kids. I have a 6-month-old daughter. I use the water for her formula. I mean, we give it to our pets. 2 of the founders were veterinarians and most excited about what this product does for pets and for the equestrian industry. So it is literally the most consumable product in the network marketing beverage space. And this business is about volume. And so, you know, Garrett we're very blessed to have been able to meet the Team in Spirit group. And Garrett Sylvia came to us initially, and it was a really difficult time for these guys. And you have to understand, in this business, it's about the team. It's about the group, okay? And it's about, you know, having like-minded people surrounding you and helping motivate you and learning from them. And you guys have got an amazing teacher and trainer. And the key to this business is being successful and using and leveraging your time and aligning yourselves with successful people, because success breeds success. And so with that, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thanks, Jerry.